Sometimes it takes the entire team. It takes every guy. And we celebrate Will Klein, and we'll talk about his story here in a second. But what really, really got me, I'm getting goosebumps as I say it, freaking Yamamoto going to Dave Roberts, coming off a performance where he had a complete game, 4-hitter, had over 100 pitches, and Yamamoto, Yamo as they call him in the clubhouse.
Yeah. I was just going to say, I was waiting for it.
Beto says different.
Yamo goes and says, hey, listen, I know I just pitched on Saturday, and I realize it's Monday. Give me the ball. I will go do this. And, if you're Dave Roberts, you're like, hey, I don't want to hurt the guy. I got to protect the guy. But he may not pitch again in this World Series. We need every person, not just every player, not just every pitcher, not every position guy. We need every person. It's the clubhouse attendants. It's the bat boys. It's literally everybody that it requires to win that kind of a marathon last night. And I'll freaking tell you right now, I'm not embarrassed to tell you, it'll freaking bring tears to your eyes. What do you think of that?
Well, let me tell you something about Will Klein here, Cappy, because I don't know how much you knew about.
You're going to take my bit?
Well, I'm going to help you.
Oh, he's going to assist.
All right, well, then let me at least lead off.
No, you did lead off. Now he's going to put his hand on the
Wait,
bed.
I thought that was the lead off.
No, the lead off. Now I'll get to Will Klein.
Oh, okay.
First I was making a global comment.
I mean, you were, it was a global statement.
It was a global Ronaldo.
Right. Right. Now I'll bring it to a more granular
Do you want
level.
us to start the bet over?
No, I like the bet where it is.
Okay.
George, this guy, Will Klein.
Yeah.
How many Dodger fans do you think last night were like, yo, who's the guy with the orange Abe Lincoln beard?
Yeah.
How many jokes are there now about he didn't even have a beard when the game started?
Right.
This kid, who many people probably watched last night, went, I don't know who he is. I don't really know much about this guy.
Normally you say that stuff, and I'm very dismissive of you, but in this case, you're actually right.
Right. People don't know who he is. His mom and dad, this guy comes from a small town, Bloomington, Indiana, where Indiana University is.
Right.
Mom and dad are both teachers.
Yeah.
So dad is a science teacher at a middle school. Mom is a science teacher at an elementary school. So from, humble background. The guy goes to Eastern Illinois University.
Yeah.
It's kind of the only place that ever really gave him a shot.
Yeah.
Then his season gets canceled during COVID. He does wind up getting drafted. The guy's been in Kansas City. He's been in Oakland, so small markets and teams that aren't competing for a championship. And here's maybe my favorite part of it all, is that he's home in Arizona because he's not on any of the previous round playoff rosters. So he's home in Arizona, and he's not sitting in front of the TV going, gosh, I wish I was there. He's working out. He's staying in shape. And then the call comes. Hey, we have a roster spot. We need you. Get back over here. That's the amazing thing. He wasn't with the team and, not in uniform. He was actually home in Arizona. It's truly an incredible story. And here's one last little tidbit on Will Klein.
Mm-hmm.
This guy played travel ball like all major leaguers do as they're coming up in today's day and age. He played for the Indiana Blue Jays. That was the name of his travel ball club. So, George, I've unloaded all of my Will Klein Radio Rinaldi, one of the true heroes of last night. Yes, everybody will talk about Ohtani's home runs and the walks and the on-base percentage. People will talk about what happened at the end with Freddie Freeman, and rightly so. But, Georgie, I've unloaded everything I got for you on Will Klein.
Well, and we'll get to those two guys in a second because obviously they were incredibly important. But the Will Klein thing, he's only on the Dodgers roster because Tanner Scott hasn't been good, but also injured. And same with Alex Vesia, unavailable, right? Due to the family matter.
Right.
In his 22 and 2/3 big league innings over the last 2 seasons, the guy coming into tonight had an ERA of 5.16, okay? Although he did pitch well for the Dodgers this year, 2.35 in 15 1/3. But that goes to show you how bad he was before. If the number was 2.35 over the 15 and he's only pitched 22 and 2/3, okay? But he didn't have anybody left, Dave, right? So he had to go, to your point, to the kid with the orange beard. Will Klein had never thrown more than 50 pitches in a game at any level since 2021. Wow. 2021! Wow. Okay? Only once in Klein's minor league career had he ever faced 13 hitters in a game, and that was in high A ball in 2021.
Amazing.
I mean, he faced 15 last night and threw 72 pitches in 4 innings. Okay? I mean, you want to talk about that's why as soon as I saw it, I'm like, that is the most Radio Ronaldo bleep you'll ever see.
That was good Radio Ronaldo action. Now, Cap, you got to
Wait,
admit.
I'm not done.
Oh, we got more. Okay.
Just step back, homeboy.
I thought he was done.
No, we're in the middle of like a hardcore, tear-jerking, awe-inspiring Radio
I
Ronaldo.
actually found the most pitches he had ever thrown.
Tell me.
Prior to tonight.
Tell me.
In his minor league or major league career. And it was in 2021.
Mm-hmm.
So last night, as I mentioned, 72 pitches, 4 innings, faced 15 batters, struck out 5. Prior to that, Cappy, 36. So half the amount of pitches, 2 innings, 9 batters faced, 3 strikeouts. I mean, that is incredible stuff, okay, to be able to have the intestinal fortitude.
Ooh.
To be able to rise to the occasion.
See, now you're getting it.
To be able to sustain the game in a way that allows your team to come back and win in heroic fashion.
Mm-hmm.
That is the most Radio Ronaldo thing we will probably see the rest of this calendar year, and who knows how long even further than that.
And you want to know and beautifully stated, by the way, and you want to know what else is really incredible as people are waking up and they're in their car and they're already in traffic, and a lot of people obviously fell asleep last night. For those of you that were up all night like we all were, let me just tell you something, George. For all this Radio Ronaldo love we're giving to Will Klein, and we're telling his story, and I assure you that we're telling people stuff they didn't know about him. I didn't know about this until last night myself. I had to go do the research. But, George, don't forget, this is on a night where there were some spectacular performances. Again, Ohtani hits 2 home runs. Ohtani's on base 9 times.
9.
Freddie Freeman, we're all going to talk about Freddie Freeman's game-winning walk-off home run.
Well, and we should, to be honest.
Right, but there were other at-bats in this game for Freddie Freeman that were super critical.
Incredible.
And think about this, George. 2 things come to mind. Number 1, yesterday at this exact time, we're having a conversation about Clayton Kershaw. And what are we saying? Hey, if they're down big and there's no issue, give him some sort of symbolic send-off. Let him eat some innings. It's a pity appearance.
No, not even close. He came in the most high leverage situations. The bases were freaking loaded, for God's sake.
With 2 outs. The bases are loaded. There's 2 outs. So now Clayton Kershaw isn't coming in because we pity him. He's coming in because he was needed.
Yeah.
As he has been needed all season long.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Cue the Ronaldo music one more time.
Give us more Ronaldo. Because Clayton Kershaw comes in when, again, yesterday we were talking about, just give Clayton a little bit of time.
I wanted him to choke so badly. I really wanted it. For the storybook ending, I wanted Kershaw to choke one more time so I could call him a gutless bum. But he did it.
No,
he got the storybook ending.
He did. And by the way, George, on the play where Kershaw he pitches the ball.
By the way, that was a ball. That would have been ball 4. He would have walked in the run.
You got to protect the plate in that situation. And you probably made the decision before he even the ball left his hand.
That he was going to swing no matter what.
Right. But the ball is headed towards second base. And as soon as the ball is hit, the crowd explodes as if to say, routine ground ball, no problem.
Right.
Tommy Edmonds has to rush the ball.
And scoop it.
And scoop the ball with his glove and toss it to Freddie Freeman because there's a millionth of a second available to make that play. And Tommy Edmonds, so while we talk about Kershaw.
A guy who had already had a crucial error in the game, Tommy Edmonds.
Not only did he have a crucial error that ultimately led to the 3-run home run that took the lead, Tommy Edmonds then makes 2 plays, actually 3 defensive plays in this game. The one we're talking about with Kershaw, the scoop.
Right. The out at home.
The out at home where Teoscar, he hits the cutoff and Tommy throws the ball home. Perfect.
How about Teoscar hitting the cutoff?
It was amazing. But wait a second. The play of the game, in my opinion, was when the ball hits off Freddie Freeman's glove. He makes a jump to go try and get it. The ball hits off his glove. Edmund runs. This was unbelievable. Slides, picks up the ball, turns, and then fires a perfect strike to third base. So for a guy, again, please, the music, please. For a guy,
Keep it going. The whole segment, I feel like, is a Radio Rinaldi.
For a guy, the whole game. For a guy who was looking like he's going to be the bad guy, right? He's going to be the bad guy in all this on a routine, grounder. He has the error, but then he makes these 3 spectacular defensive plays. I'm telling you, man, if you think I'm out of my mind, okay, and I'm not a lifelong Dodger fan. Padre fans get mad at me. I'm not enough of a Dodger hater. How could you hate this team? And the storylines and the grit and the heart. I mean, last night will bring tears to your eyes, man.
Did it bring tears to yours?
Well, I was laying in bed. I was naked. Yeah. I was like ready to go to sleep. I was kind of half dozing off. I was watching the freaking Laker game earlier. I was watching the Monday Night Football game earlier.
Yeah. I had 3 things going. I had 2 TVs. I had an iPad.
So I drove in with Cappy this morning. Yeah. All he wanted to talk about is how the sound was all the way up. He stayed up late. He did all this.
But I also,
he sacrificed for the show.
Well,
George, he sacrificed.
Right.
He made that point to me several times in the car.
I'm glad you sacrificed,
you know why?
Because I don't think you would have had the discipline to get up even earlier to do what I did, which is just watch.
I had to explain to Chris that I sacrificed because we had a group chat going last night.
Yeah.
Me, you, Briones, Bergman, Parker, Bell, Sexy Jexy.
Parker was at the game, for the record.
There were 2 people that were not part of it. Lindsay, we know, goes to sleep very, very early.
And Chris was
and
not.
Morales
I'm a heart
was
failure
nowhere.
patient.
Nowhere to be found.
But here's the thing.
Night.
I went to bed at 8:30, and I planned to wake up and watch it, which I did.
Mm-hmm.
But also, Stephanie, my girlfriend, was at the game. I told her, part of your assignment, hon, give me a video recap. I didn't know that video recap would be there at 2:34 when she got home, and I woke up at 3:15.
Yeah.
But what are you going to do?
No.
Here's what I do want to do. I want to tell you this real quick.
Go ahead.
YouTube TV.